Hello world, hello YouTube, hello everybody. Be warned now, this is an anger video, and it's going to be a long one, because it entails a subject over several years actually, and it all came about because of this piece of jewelry. Okay. This is Emily's jewelry. Y'all like Emily, don't you? Right? It says Emily on it. Take my word for it. It's gold, I think. This and that. You know, I believe it is. This bracelet, her grandparents on her father's side had bought for her. Well, that didn't work. Oh yeah. Okay. They want it back because I took it off for her, you know, because way back, because she's an itty bitty kid, and you know it'd fall right off her, and you know she'd lose it, that kind of thing. Okay. And they want it back. They're texting Katana, her mother, that they would like to have it found and want it back, that kind of thing. And I hope, you know, I don't repeat myself. I have a real bad habit of doing that, saying things again and again. So on we go. Sorry, but this is really, really bad subject. The father's name is Eduardo de la Mora, allegedly, and he's an illegal. And what had happened was Katana had gotten a job at the Stagecoach Hotel and Casino down here, here in Beatty, Nevada. And she was 15, you know, 14. No, she was 15. You know, working down there as a bus girl to make pencil money. You know, she's a kid in high school. Let's see, freshman, sophomore. She was just starting her sophomore year. And this man is 22. His name, you know, I told you his name, and I'm going to say it time and time again. Eduardo de la Mora. You know, he put the zoom on her, right? And me and her mother said, hey, you know, that just can't happen. She's just a little kid. And, you know, lay off, dude. And he wouldn't, and he didn't. And so this and that ensued. And he was relentless, that kind of thing. Kept telling him no. I kept telling Katie, you're just a little kid. You cannot go with this man. He's a cook over there at the Stagecoach Hotel and Casino. And it's still there today. But they turned the Rita's Cafe into a Denny's. And he's still illegal. And so Denny's works illegals, obviously. And that's another video. Anyway, and sure enough, he would not relent, and would not relent, and would not relent. And 2 months after she turned 16, of course, she turns up pregnant, right? And, you know, oh my God, really? You know, this 22-year-old, I think then he turned 23, screwing, you know, and I'm going to get ugly about it. There might be some, you know, foul language. I'm going to try to stay out of that because I just do not condone that in my videos. You know, he was screwing her when she was 15. Right, because it's some tradition in Mexico or something, but I don't think he even held to that because the man lacks honor. He's just a piece of filth. That's all there is to it. And where am I? Oh yeah. So anyway, I'm getting loaded up. Anyway, sure enough, she turns up pregnant. First of all, she got a kidney infection, and I told her, well, that's from nasty, filthy hands down there, you know, doing what they're doing. And the doctor, right when we took her in there, because this is before I knew it, he took me out of the room, or said I had to leave the room to ask her about her sex life. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So, like, parenting in America is a moot point, and y'all ought to know that by now because of what, you know, I've been through and all that. And you know, we get that fixed up and this and that, and then sure enough, a month later, you know, oh, she goes back into the clinic here in Beatty. I'm trying to stop that. And sure enough, boy, they go in and tell her mother, my wife, Debbie, well, your daughter's pregnant. And you know what? The doctor said, "Oh, I shouldn't have told you that. I'm not supposed to tell you that. You know, I'm supposed to tell the daughter, and then she does with that information what she wants." And can you believe that one? Can you believe this? You know, and America, forget it. It's done. Anyway, let's move on. So, as it proceeds and goes on, they're doing nothing but fighting and bickering and bitching, you know, this and that. She's going through hell over there at Eduardo de la Mora's house. And finally, she's had enough. You know, she says, "I'm leaving. I'm out of here," because of the drugs that were going through his house, right? Because she is like the Nazi bitch from hell. You know, I don't even, you know, she made me quit. I didn't even want to mess with it. You know, I just stopped. I didn't really do much, you know, at all anyway. You know, I just smoke a little pot and this and that. And I'm not afraid to tell you, you know, I'm 53 going on 54. I don't care what people know about me. I don't care. Anyway, she just couldn't stand the drugs that were going through his house. So she took her baby, understandably, you know, out of the home and said, "I'm leaving. You can forget it. You know, this is ridiculous." And this is what ensued in the night that she left and the ensuing days. First of all, her brother, Jacob, you know Jacob, you've seen him, and one of his friends, Matt, take her over there to get her stuff, you know, so she can get out of there. And she goes in, and there's a bunch of screaming and yelling, bullshitting like that, right? And then there's this, and Jacob's outside, and he's starting to, you know, get a little ugly. And then there's this screaming, right, of Katana. And this is in her words and what my son witnessed. It was, "Ow! Stop! Ow, that hurts! Stop! Let me out of here! Stop that! Stop! Ow! Stop! Please stop! That hurts!" Right? So then, you know, Jacob, that's it for him. He's, "Hey, you motherfucker! I'm gonna kill your ass!" Right? Okay? This is what ensued that night. Still didn't stop. "Ow! Stop! Let me out! Let me go! Ow!" Right? This is what they're doing, trying to get into this house to save their sister. Okay? And so we get out of there. She finally gets out, you know, crying all this and horrible. She'd just been raped. Okay? She'd just been kidnapped and raped. Period. That's all it's to it. You know, when you hold someone against their will in a house, and then you have sex with them against their will also, it's called kidnapping and rape, as far as I can remember. Right? And a little side note, just to say, they snuck off and got married, right? Not but 3 months before that, because he, by God, absolutely insisted on it. And what it really started it was, she asked him, "You know what, did you marry me just so you could get your papers signed?" Because that's another reason they got in a fight. "Did you marry me just to get your papers signed and this and that?" He goes, "Yeah, sure did. That's all I wanted to do." I told her right to her face. And before that, you know, I'm going to hop around because, you know, things come to mind as you go over a story. They thought she was all in the mix with the homies and all that. Homies. I'm going to quit saying that. You know, with the crew there, them guys, the Mexicans or the illegals. He said that what they do, and I've said this before in my videos, what they do is they zoom these little white girls. And this is a quote. They zoom these little white girls that they can find that aren't quite that, you know, well accepted, or this, you know, they see them. And they put it on them, they zoom them, and, "Oh, baby, you know, it could be me and you. They don't like you. I understand." And to specifically get them in bed, have sex with them, get them pregnant so they can steal the baby's identity for themselves. And this is exactly what he told her. This is a quote. I am not making this up. So anyway, he got screwed. Emily was a girl. How's Eduardo going to use Emily on his papers, right? And this is what he did. So he starts fights, this and that and all that, and to run her off and get rid of her so he can zoom another white girl. And it's exactly what he did. Not but a couple 3 months later, he had another one in his house, another little white girl, right, in his house, sure enough. Okay, so anyway, back to the bracelet. Okay, their grandparents gave her this, right? So I don't know what to hold against them. But my question is, what do I get back? Does Katana get her virginity back? Because she was a virgin. Boy, I can imagine that made him, you know, really zoom it in. She was a virgin. 15. Okay? No high school. Her second year of high school, first months of it, gone. She quit school. He made her quit. No, you can't go to school. You're married to me. I'm the man. You know, you don't do that. And you know exactly why he did it. He did it so she couldn't wise up and see just what he was doing. And, you know, find out that she was being victimized. So, does she get her virginity back? Does she get the rape pulled out of her mind and disposed of? Does she? Does she get her high school years back? Really? She didn't graduate. All that's gone. Several years of her life gone forever. Does she get that back? Yet you want this here back? Then you won't even come over here and ask me about it. You didn't apologize. You didn't say a shitting thing. You know what else this man did? Every stick and stitch of her and his daughter's clothing went into the trash. Threw it all away. And I know for a fact that's against the law. Right? Speaking of law, we'll cover that in a minute. Also, this, oh, just a second. See this lamp? I gave one of these lamps because they're Dietz lamps, right? Little wizards. Okay, I paid, you know, I didn't pay a lot of money. To me, it's a lot of money. Dietz lamps. I gave one to each one of my children as a symbol of, well, number one, I'm a prepper. So a lamp is a good thing to have in the house, this and that. Also to kind of symbolize my hope for them to have something to light their way into the future. I'm kind of sentimental that way. I've been finding that out about myself, that I'm a real sentimental kind of guy. That went in the trash. It's gone forever. Do I get that back? We asked. Where is it? Can we get that? Oh, fuck you. You know, you're a bunch of white trash. Yeah. And I'll tell you a little side note. I'm not a racist. You could say I am, because I fucking hate the human race. I love humans in it. I love my friends, my YouTube friends. And I'm like that, you know. What I'm like is, if your arms are broke, by God, I'll wash your ass for you. If you're my pal, you're my bud, you're my homie. Homie, I did it again. Yeah, I'll wash your ass for you. I'll do anything I can to, by God, be sure you have a good quality of life. That's just the way I am. Anyway, he threw all her stuff away. She doesn't get that back. All her clothes. She left with what she had on her back. He threw all the baby clothes away. Car seat, all her toys, all her clothes, everything. She got out of there with that baby and her ass. Well, she didn't even get out of it with her ass. He took that too. Wanted to knock off the last piece, and even said that to her. Said, I'm going to get me a piece before you go. Can you believe this? Can you believe it? This is why I'm so angry and bitter. And there's another thing. It broke my wife's heart so bad that it was a major contributing factor to her death. Now this is my message to you, Ishmael de la Mora, the father of Eduardo de la Mora. Do I get my wife back? Can you reconstitute her ashes and bring her back to me? Really? No, I didn't think so. This is what you people took from me. All right? You dishonored my house. Now that's the deal here. We can go all, you know, medieval like that, okay? Because that's the way you people operate, apparently. You dishonored my house. You dishonored the house of Reed. That's what you did. Right? So now, when I speak the name of De La Mora, I speak it with dishonor. And this is my message to Eduardo de la Mora, okay? You know, in the Old Testament, I don't know, I can look it up and this and that. You do realize you brought dishonor to your father's name. You are a reflection of your father. And you brought dishonor to his house. You know in the Old Testament, right? It says that if a son brings dishonor to his father's house, he can stone him to death. I don't ascribe to that now, but you know, it's just something quippy I can say. But this is the deal. The house of Delamora, and I'm not going to say Eduardo because, or Ishmael, because his son is in his 20s. What can he do with him? But Eduardo Delamora lacks honor, and he dishonored the name of Delamora because he dishonored the name of Reed. And you know what? When they started getting together, I told that man, I said, you know, wait till she's 18. Or who am I to say, girl 18, I can't do nothing about it. You know, you can do what the heck you want. No way. My God, he snuck her off. He did everything in his power to get her as fast as he could married up so he can get paperwork to show more of him being in America. And he's got paperwork, he's a citizen, blah, blah, blah. That's all he did. He victimized us. He horribly victimized us. And that poor child, she can't get her high school years back. She can't get a diploma now. She can't graduate. Her life is utterly and completely ruined. Now here's another aspect, now that I'm thinking about it. Now I have to look in Emily's face. Lovely girl, you've all seen her, right? What a sweetheart, right? And she'd have been, you know, made, if you know what I mean, if they'd have waited till she was 18. There was no real hurry. What's the problem, right? People say, man, I'd go down and I'd blow that son of a bitch's head right to slap off. Oh boy, imagine me doing that. Number one, the way things go around here, they'd get rid of two problems. They'd get rid of him, he's dead, he'd go to his grave. And they'd get rid of me, I'd go to prison, which is cool with them. They dig that. That's how it works here. And then, okay, now, just like me, you know, you get a 15-year-old, because Emily's going to be 15 one day, and she's going to say, Grandpa, where's my daddy? And what am I going to say? Oh, I blew his head off because I hated the son of a bitch. He was a piece of shit. How do you look in your grandchild? How? I can't do it. That ties my hands because I have honor. Honesty and honor is what I value above all. God, honesty, and honor above all. That's me. The rest will follow. And it did because I've done a fine job. Right? But like I said now, and I'm going to repeat myself one more time. Does Katana get her clothes back? Hey Ishmael, where's my lantern? Where's my wife? And now you're going to bitch, piss, and moan about some damn little piece of gold from a child that was also a victim of your son, Eduardo Delamora? You will get your bracelet back. You can rest assured. You know why? Because I value God, honesty, and honor above all else. All else. Something you lack, apparently. You didn't teach your children to do it. They're a reflection of who you are. Look at my kids. They reflect who I am. Need I say more? So, I don't know what to do. Should I make him come up and get it? Or just give it to Katana and let her just handle it? I don't know what I'd do if I saw that face on my doorstep. What do I do? How? That's why I'm so angry. Okay? And that's why the anger bleeds out like I ate up East Coast Prep. I have no idea why I did that. He was just pittering something foolish. You know, I don't even know the guy. And I ripped him a new asshole. I'm almost ashamed I did that. It was funny. Everybody enjoy that. You know, I did, but, you know, it was stupid. It was, you know, immature and petty. What am I, 9? Really? But there it is. And that's just one of the many things that has happened to me in Beatty, Nevada. Okay? And there's another story to it about, how local law enforcement and the local judicial won't touch this guy. They won't touch him. And but that's a story for another time. All right. I hope you all got the gist of the story about that. And that's anger. And I want so bad to get rid of this anger and hatred, because that changes my vibes. If I'm not in tune with the vibes of the higher levels, I'll never get off this planet. I'll never get off this planet like this, with this rage and hatred in me. Well, that helped. I got some of it out. They won't come talk to me. They know damn well, and I know damn well why, because they know what I have to say. But they won't approach me. They won't say anything to me. Nothing. They avoid me like the plague here in Beatty, Nevada. And the Stagecoach Hotel, I won't say, well, he did. Stagecoach Hotel and Casino harbors these guys. And Denny's works them. And the judicial harbors them and protects them. And law enforcement won't touch it. That's what I wanted to know. To tell you, you see this? She finally, we could persuade her, God, please go down and write out a statement to the local, sheriff's office, right? And she did, right? Last year, January 4th, 2011, right? And she didn't want to do it because she said, they're not going to do anything. They ain't going to do a damn thing, right? Guess what? They didn't. Right here. Okay, here's the case. DA Ron, I've called him a couple of times. Oh, well, it's on the DA's desk. We're considering it. I'm like, you have 2 eyewitnesses. You have 2 people right out the door listening to a screaming victim. Nothing. So here's my message. There is no justice for us. The American citizen. I'm not going to say white people because, that's ridiculous. Americans have no justice. They will receive none from these people. And he's an illegal. And when you're an illegal, you have no race. You have no country. You left that. You left that behind. Okay? There is no race to you. There is no heritage to you. There is no country to you. You're a deserter. And that's all you are. Okay? So, Ron, DA, did nothing. Whole year. 2 eyewitnesses. Never talked to him, never interviewed him, nothing. So there it is. Here I sit, and here I sit for not very much longer, I'll tell you that. Because I cannot believe the 12 years I've spent in this town, in this community. Alright, and that's another story. And this video is really, really long, and, it'll probably take me 2 days to upload it. And there it is. Live by your wits and not by your worries. Right? That's what I'm going to do. Alright. Peace. Bye.